Hey everybody, That Brown Bat back once again for another episode of How Do You Make It? In this episode, we're going to talk about things disappearing and reappearing. Those of you that were fortunate enough to get this toy box, which is work in progress, before the servers went down, you're going to notice that I have two replayers here, and you might not know what they're for. These are things that can make things reappear and disappear. Very simple to set up, a pain in the butt to use, because see how there's no lights on them, right? They're dead when you start a toy box. However, the links that you connect, the things that you do with them are still in the memory. So without further ado, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's grab our recorder. It's under Creativity Toys, under Game Maker. Okay. And this thing does quite a few different things, but let's just do like our basic 101 with this. We have record. See over there, the menu changed. X becomes record. Square, if you have a PlayStation. Buttons are different for Xbox. So X becomes record. Square becomes playback. Triangle becomes reverse playback. And circle becomes clear. Okay, so you can use this menu. This is the best way to do it. You could also use buttons to do it, but I always just stand on it. It's easier. That way you don't have to monkey with all the connections. Now it's in record mode. So what we're going to do, get pretty much any toy that you can think of, right? Now there's vehicle spawners for this, so I wouldn't waste the time on using that for these, just because with characters and vehicles it could be a little bit touchy. But you have some townspeople that are not available in the friend generator, specifically the ones from Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy playset. So here's some. It's on record, so let's just put a bunch of people down. There is a limit to this, and depending on how big your toy box is. My Jabba's Palace one, I have it. Things just got messed up and it stopped spawning the townspeople in. So depending on how big your toy box is, will limit your townspeople from actually all of them spawning in. But since how this toy box is quite small, we're good to go. So hit stop. Now we can hit not record. Let's hit clear. Now they're gone. Hit playback. And they'll all come in one by one. Not as quickly as you would like. So if you have an enemy generator going on at the same time, you could run into problems. So I usually don't use that for townspeople anymore. I just put the townspeople in and save the game, like the last thing, unless it's going to be a character, then I make sure that I set the properties and whatnot. But whatever, that's a different day. So let's hit clear, and they're gone. Hit play. Now if you want to see, let's hit clear, and let's hit reverse playback. All the reverse playback is it plays it back from the last toy you put in the box to the first. I really don't care about that feature. It doesn't mean anything to me. Okay? So, clear them out. Now, let's say I start in the game and I want this to play. Now, usually you're not going to want this to be visible in the toy box, right? If you're making an actual game, right? This is going to be hidden. So you're going to want, however you want to start the game, right? It's how I always start the game. I always start it when I initially start the toy box. There's easier ways to do this. It's just on how my mind thinks. So let me just, it's very simple. I use this, right? If you've seen my Let's Builds, you've known that I really like using this. And I always make it small enough Right, so I put this over the initial in plate. New logic connection, exited, player 1. However you want to do it, it's fine. Can I get that? Yep. Now, let's say I want to come in the game and hit play and make the people spawn in. It's not going to work. What you need to do is hit clear. Keep in mind that there's a reset on there. Don't get them mixed up. Reset clears the logic out of that toy. You don't want to reset it. Hit clear. I know it's already cleared, but we're going to save it. And I'm going to show you and prove it to you. What clear does is, see how it stopped on stop the square? What it does is stops it. So let's save it, and I'll prove it to you that that's the only way to get it to work. Otherwise, it's going to be a dead toy. Or you could jump on it and do it, but you don't want those visible.
Come on! Time to play!
Alright. Let's find our workstation here. Make sure I don't trigger that without showing this first. Alright, see right down there? Let me move it up here. It looks dead, like there's nothing, it's not on stop or anything, right? Well, we activate it, right? Let's hit play. Let's hit the play button. Notice how nothing happens. Now, if you hit reverse playback, triangle, right? Nothing happens as well. See, the play should be lighting up. Now, some might think that it doesn't work, it's a piece of junk, right? Not true. If I go through this, right, it's going to clear that. Boom. Okay, now it's on clear. Now if I hit play, it's going to work. But remember, this is going to be out of the way, so you're not going to see it. So what? I want the enemy or the townspeople to spawn in, or whatever it is I want, you know, to spawn in once I start the toy box. So what do? Get yourself a a delayer. Oops. Now, however you want to do it, I would do it this way. New logic connection, exited, player 1, start delay. Now give it ample time to figure out that it's second in command. Properties, delay time, let's say 3. 3's good for this instance. New logic connection, when the delay is completed, go to this and tell it to play back. Now, when we start in, that's going to be dead, right? I'm going to leave it, walk out, it's going to start the delay. Now watch, now it's on play. So now it works. So that's how you get that thing to work when you start up a game. So don't, think that it doesn't work, as I did when I first encountered that issue, because it break all the time in 2.0. All right, so that's how you get it to work. I don't know the limitation. I mean, you can theoretically, you could build a toy box and set it all in the replayer and destroy the whole toy box and build another toy box and another replayer. Theoretically, it should work, but there's limitations. I don't know what they are. I got really angry with this in 2.0 and decided to never touch it again, but obviously I found out that it does have a lot of uses. We're going to do more uses in the second part, so I'll see you guys in the next episode where we talk about merging things together. So until then, this has been That Brown Bat and Stitch reminding you, even though the servers are down, keep on building! Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out, more than you can possibly imagine. Also, come check me out on Twitter and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of all of my upcoming videos. So until next time, this has been That Brown Bat, reminding you to keep on building.